What does the dark side of the moon hide? It's a mystery that has accompanied us for millennia. What lies on the dark side of the moon? Even though astronomers provide scientific explanations, many believe that the part of the moon we never see hides secrets and mysteries. But is it really so? To better understand the issue, it's useful to know that the moon has unique behavior compared to other satellites in the solar system. The moon always shows the same face to Earth due to synchronous rotation. This means that the moon takes the same time to rotate on its axis as it does to orbit around the Earth, keeping one face constantly turned towards us. Until 1959, we had no idea what was on the hidden side of the moon. That first glimpse was provided by the Soviet spacecraft Luna 3, which transmitted the first images of the hidden part. Later, in 1968, during the Apollo 8 mission, astronauts observed that part of the moon directly for the first time. William Anders, one of the astronauts, described what he saw as follows: "The backside looks like a sandpile my kids have been playing in for a while. It's all pockmarked, no definition, just a lot of bumps and holes." The two faces of the moon are very different from each other. The side visible from Earth has many lunar seas, which are flat basaltic plains that form the dark spots covering about a third of the lunar surface. The hidden side, on the other hand, is covered with impact craters and has very few seas, less than 2% of the surface. A major question is why there have been no landings on the hidden side of the moon, which is also the less known side. Officially, the reason lies in communication difficulties. No vehicle has ever landed on that side, not even with today's technologies. However, the Japanese Kaguya probe, launched in 2007, released a small communication satellite, allowing contact with Earth to be maintained and mapping the entire surface of the hidden side. For centuries, the moon has been at the center of conspiracy theories about what is really on its surface and who might visit it. Some claim that the moon is an alien outpost and that, after human attempts to explore it, aliens convinced nations not to return. Others believe that the moon is not a natural satellite but an extraterrestrial construction intended to monitor life on Earth. There are also theories suggesting that humans frequently travel to the moon on secret missions to collaborate with alien entities and exchange resources and technology. Among the various theories, some suggest that there are ruins of alien structures in the craters of the hidden side, possibly ancient extraterrestrial civilizations that manipulated the terrestrial genome to create humans. Others believe these aliens still exist and have active bases both on and beneath the surface. These theories talk about encounters between humans and aliens, with secret agreements to avoid conflicts or to exchange information and technology. One of the most intriguing theories concerns a supposed secret mission called Apollo 20. According to this theory, Americans and Russians joined forces to explore an extraterrestrial spaceship detected by Apollo 11 in a crater on the hidden side of the moon. This would explain why the public is still kept in the dark about what is really on that part of the moon. Satellite images could show evidence of alien structures that must not be made public. Another theory suggests that the United States has long colonized the moon and has secret bases there where they conduct experiments that would be too easily discovered on Earth. From a scientific perspective, these hypotheses are considered science fiction, but the continuous mystery surrounding the hidden side of the moon and the apparent disinterest of nations in further explorations fuel suspicion. There is a further theory that the moon is not a rock but rather an object made of plasma. In 1965 a scientist, a certain Robert Foster, was interviewed and this is what he revealed.
Well, now, one thing, you have a theory about the moon, and we expect to be able to get observable facts about the moon fairly soon. What is your theory?
Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11 years ago, I stated to various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is a plasma phenomenon, cosmic plasma, and that this fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now is coming close to a complete confirmation.
What will be the result if you're proved to be correct in your theories?
The result will be profound and decisive, because it will give proof that a complete reinvestigation of the laws of nature is necessary. Because if the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it. The soft landing attempts will all fail. That means that the mass of the moon is less, far less, than is currently assumed. It's in a different state of energy, and it has far less mass. That means there is no more explanation for the tides. If the moon, for example, had only a thousandth part of its current mass, then the tides would only be 2 inches high, and the conventional theories instead of sometimes 14 feet. And that means that if it is proved that the moon is a plasma, then all gravitational theories are out, and a new concept of the cosmos and of its laws has to be evolved.
Surely, the hidden side of the moon will remain a mysterious place for a long time. NASA and other space agencies release little data about it, and many wonder why so much money is spent exploring the universe while ignoring what is closer to us. Perhaps someone is right to believe that there is something to hide, just as the moon itself naturally does. If you liked the video, subscribe. See you next time.